stormy and gloomy look, sort of cloudy and gray.
We had such a storm last night here, rain. It actually, our window leaked.
What?
So I had to wake up before 5 a.m. to put the towels down and everything. It was crazy. Anyway, they're coming to fix it next week, so
Good,
okay.
good.
But it was such a thunder and everything, and I was just thinking about what is happening in the skies, and Uranus is coming to meet the sun, right?
Yes.
So they're gonna meet on Saturday, and you can feel it already.
Yeah.
And he's coming with the thunders and storms. He's loud.
Yes. It's bringing, I guess because I think Uranus knows that we have enough fire and air right now,
Yeah.
so it's bringing the water. It's bringing the water to keep the earth cool, keep us
Yes.
cool. 'Cause I think we have
Yeah.
Mercury. Mercury's going to square Mars right soon too, so
Oh,
that could make us a
also,
little bit fiery.
yes, that's actually this weekend on Saturday, Sun conjunct Uranus. On Sunday, Mercury square Mars. Very bombastic weekend.
Yes. Yeah, another one.
But this is not as intense. I wouldn't say this is a tense one. I would say this is just gonna be maybe unexpected, shocking. It's
Okay.
like
All
like
right. All
like,
right.
oh my God, you're gonna hear something, what? Or just some new things. It can be disruptive in a way, because if you thought you're gonna have a quiet, sometimes you just want a quiet, peaceful weekend, and all of a sudden, oh, somebody's at the door. Oh, we were in the neighborhood.
Yes.
Or somebody calls you need to come here quickly, or
Yes.
stuff
Right.
like that. So it's just, I don't think it's gonna be intense. It's just gonna be unexpected things happening. Yes. Yes. So like disruptive. So don't, whoever is watching, please do not expect a quiet, I'm going to do this weekend, so lovely and quiet. And I don't think anything is going to go according to plans.
That's another thing.
Yeah. So just be prepared. With Mercury square Mars, watch in the traffic. Watch yourself in the traffic. Okay. Mercury rules traffic. Mars is, car, it can be, so watch yourself. Even if you're not driving a vehicle, if you are just a pedestrian, watch out for people. Maybe they won't see you or something happens. So just be careful.
And people stay off your phones when you're crossing the street. I see it too often. Many young people looking down on their phone, crossing the street or walking. No. Put it down for those few minutes, cross the street, get to the other side, then put the phone back up. And get the earphones out the ear. Put one in, because you can't hear me yell, watch, because you have both things on and music going. You can't hear me try to give you a warning.
Yeah.
And then we have to both be traumatized if I stop seeing something we don't want to see, So
I have a habit of just putting one in my ear.
Just one.
Yes, that's what but usually that's a great tip. So be careful in traffic in general. Also, it's going to be about debates. It's like a debate club that you didn't want to join feeling. So it's like a debate club, right? So Mars square Mercury. It's like a debate club you didn't want to join.
Okay, got it.
Right. So, for example, how in the debates there's always pros and cons and trying to prove your point, and this other person has their list and you have your list. So that's kind of energy, right? And it's in fixed signs. It's in fixed signs, so it's not budging, right? So this is the truth. This is the So this can have a feeling of that, not in a mean way, but in a way, I just want to prove you something. I want to prove, look at this. These are the facts that I have. Come on, So it can be like that. Okay. They're just arguments, right? Also, because we have this Uranus Sun, so let's look at the whole weekend together. It's about unexpected, as I mentioned, news. It can be it's also we can hurt people while talking with words, right? So just be mindful of what you say, how you say it, not even what, like how you say it.
Yeah, the intonation and expression. If you're in person, even if you're not in person, your expression does come through on the phone.
If you're writing emails,
that too.
Stay away from exclamation marks.
Oh, my sister and I have this thing about we have friends and people, and maybe a cousin who puts three. Who needs 3 exclamation marks or 3 question marks? Just one. Just
guilty as charged. I'm an exclamation mark person. That's why I'm mentioning this, because I need to stay away from exclamation.
Okay.
Like, I wanted to make a point. That's why I put them. Oh, look, no making points this weekend. Just
no points this weekend. I love that. Yes.
Full stop is more than enough.
Yes. That's too funny. Hey, Teresa.
So that's what I'm feeling. The moon is in Capricorn still tomorrow. Oh, and it's out of bounds moon. So it was like an out of bounds moon, and it's still tomorrow, and then it's going to be back in the bounds.
Okay.
So it's a little bit wild. But she's making lovely aspects tomorrow evening. So it's kind of, mishmash. And then she's going into Aquarius on Sunday. And then it's going to conjunct Pluto. So Moon Pluto together, that's intense.
That is intense.
It's only a couple of hours, but that will all happen in the morning here, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So
on the 18th, on the 18th, or what day is that?
Yes, Sunday the 18th. Okay. Yes, yeah. So that's gonna be a little bit, but it's morning here, so it's for the European people. That's gonna be maybe worse than for us. Okay. So yeah, so it's just it's because it's applying. It's harder. We're gonna sleep. Still,
yes, we'll be sleeping. So. Yeah, thank goodness. I mean, we don't need to be active during that. Yeah, we have enough.
I think this is also a positive thing. We have Jupiter sextile Chiron on Sunday morning, and usually we don't talk about this a lot, but I think this is very good. Mm-hmm. Why? Because we can heal with words. Yes. Just because. So maybe this Jupiter Chiron sextile is going to give us opportunity to kind of offset this Mercury square Mars a little bit. Just because I don't know. It's a great, sextiles are always like they're opening doors to other possibilities, and Chiron is, we often forget he was hurt, yes. But he learned how to live with that, mm-hmm. And he learned from it, and he helped others. So he's also a mentor and a teacher. Yes. And with Jupiter is also a mentor and a teacher. So mm-hmm. I'm feeling two of them together is kind of learning from our experience, mm-hmm. and using our wisdom from our experience to heal and to help maybe others. Maybe that's the message.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very good message.
Yeah. So just think about what happened in the past, how did you overcome it, what did you do, who needs maybe. So instead of going into debates and arguments, maybe give somebody a call who needs it. Yeah. And show support in one way or another. Maybe through your examples. Right. Jupiter in Gemini loves stories.
Oh, they would. That would be a storytelling agreeote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be that kind of energy. That sure would be. Nice, rich, embellished stories that can calm and soothe as opposed to inflaming. So even if you're in a debate, maybe just say, you know what, let me just hear that person out. You don't have to agree. Yes. Just say, oh, that's interesting. Yes. I mean, use words that I use. Oh, that's something for consideration. Wow, I didn't know that. Just phrases that let people know they're heard.
Mm-hmm. You're a Gemini. You're a Gemini. That's why you say it. Because Geminis, they have a tendency to see the both sides of the story.
And I'm a Libra moon, too, so I'm definitely going to see both sides. Yeah.
Yes. But that's why we're going to use your wisdom from your experience. Yes. And this is exactly what you told us now, it's exactly Jupiter Chiron sextile. Yeah. You use your wisdom and experience, what you found that it was hard in a way in your life, and then you find a way. Mm-hmm. And you thought, okay,
step back and say, okay,
Great, thank you, JeMaja. This is exactly what we need now, right? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So be like JeMaja this weekend. Okay?
Yeah, well, in that instance, yes.
Yes. I'm excited about Tuesday because we are entering Gemini season. Woohoo!
Right. Happy Gemini birthdays.
To all us Geminis, all two of us, like four of us now here, and many of us out there. I always say that every Gemini has two lives, two personalities at least. So it's gonna be, and I have to tell you, I was looking at it. I had a video live with one of my friends on YouTube today. This Gemini season is something that we need. It's full of great opportunities. No more excuses, guys. I'm telling you. especially the first 2-3 weeks until 8th or 9th of June. And why am I saying this? I want to reflect on this more because I want to prepare you guys to see what a beautiful, I know I'm biased, I'm a Gemini, it's always good for me, I love it, but this is good for everybody. First of all, Sun, so what does it mean? Sun is going to enter Gemini on 20th, around 3 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Pluto is in Aquarius, that's a trine to Gemini. So we have a beautiful Pluto energy with the Sun, the whole season.
Yes.
Neptune is now in Aries, which is a sextile to Gemini. So Neptune is supporting. The only, Uranus is in Taurus, but Taurus and Gemini, they don't see each other. So he's not even making any problems. He's not helping, but he's not making any problems.
But
okay?
Is there quincunx, or why are they not seeing one?
No, it's nothing. So Uranus is in Taurus, Sun is in Gemini. They're just right beside each other, like a blind spot. Nothing.
Good.
So Pluto is helping, Neptune is supporting, Uranus is not making any harm. Then we have Saturn entering Aries on the 24th of May, just a few days after the Sun goes to Gemini. So Saturn is also going to be supportive in a sextile.
Oh, good.
Mars is in Leo until the whole Gemini season, until the 17th of June, just like a couple of days before we enter Cancer season. So he's also sextiling the Sun. Venus is in Aries until the 8th of June. So she's helping more than half of the season, also with a sextile. Mercury is moving into Gemini on the 25th, just after Saturn, which is also going to support in a conjunction. They're going to be together. So all the planets are in a good aspect to the Sun most of the Gemini season. So from the 25th of May until the 8th of June, all the outer planets and the inner planets and everything is in alignment with the Sun. How beautiful is that? How only Pluto is retrograde, and only Pluto is retrograde. No, but that's fine. He's the outer planet.
Yeah.
So nothing is retrograde. Mercury is moving fast, and Mercury is ruling the Sun. So he's supportive. He's action oriented. Like he's fast as well.
Wait,
right?
Okay. Question: Is Mercury conjunct Uranus on the 25th, or? I made a note to myself about that because it's at the end of Uranus and Taurus. Okay.
Yes. So Mercury is going to be conjunct Uranus on the 24th, on next Saturday, and then he's moving to Gemini on Sunday, 25th.
Yes,
so from the 25th till the 8th of June, those days, everything is supporting the Sun, and Sun is the center. It's our living. It's our, it's who we like. It's our living thing, right? This is the
heliocentric, more heliocentric time. Mm-hmm.
But even in astrology, archetype of Sun is our vitality. It's who we are, right? So it's literally our and all the planets are supporting it. How beautiful is that? So whenever you have Gemini in your chart, whenever it is, that house, that part of your life is going to have opportunities for growth, speed. So it's like there's no excuses. We had a hard winter, we had a hard spring, a lot of things were happening.
Absolutely.
So now no more excuses. We need to go full speed. Like we have all this support. It's like if you don't do anything, you won't lose, but you will lose the opportunity. And these are very rare in these turbulent, especially this 2025, when it's very turbulent year. This is like a window of opportunity of these 3 weeks. So use it. Okay. What is Gemini's season good for? Networking, connecting, learning, sharing the knowledge, sharing the message. So think about what you want to achieve.
I think it's like short-term trips or something. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, it is. But I'm thinking like a big picture. Like I'm thinking, what do you want to achieve? And think, who can help me? Who can help me? This is a great time. Oh, is it my friend? Is it my sibling? Is it my parent? Is it my kid? Is it my neighbor? My cousin? My friend? Who can help me? My boss? My colleague from work? And ask. This is the time to send those emails. Ask people for help, for support. Who can help me achieve?
Putting the word out there. Yeah, putting the word out. Gotcha.
But because you had a lot of time to reflect, to see what you want. And I hope you did your job.
Yeah.
So now you know what you need to do. And this is a great time to set foundations to people to find maybe you're missing information, maybe you're missing, maybe you can just talk about it. Like, for example, you want to open a business, and then maybe somebody knows somebody who can help you, who wants that kind of service, or
right.
maybe you can get a grant. You can research and get a grant from somebody, or maybe there's a local community or supporting that kind of business because it's for local growth.
Right.
But there's lots of opportunities, right? So just use that well. That's you will lose nothing if you do nothing, but it would be a shame not to use it. So think about who can you reach out, who needs your services, who needs whatever you're doing. Is it a hobby that you want to explore more? Maybe you want to connect on that level. Maybe you want to find a group, a community. Maybe you're looking for your tribe.
Yes.
Like anything, maybe you just want to party.
Yeah.
Maybe you just want to party, and that's your goal.
Maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Yes,
right?
Indeed. Yes, yeah.
Right? If your goal is to party, go out there.
Yes.
Go. If nobody's inviting you, make your own party.
Right.
Initiate it.
Wherever you
call
go.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yes. Call them. So stuff like that. So I really want to encourage you to use Gemini in the best possible way. Right. If you want to start that blog or Substack, what are they calling these days? I don't even know. Or
I know.
I don't know. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to open a new social media, some kind of new, I don't know, if you're not on TikTok, you want to be, now it's time to do it.
Right.
Like stuff like that. So think about think about everything online, in your community, everywhere, everything. That's Gemini, right? It's about curiosity. What do you want to learn? If you want to start learning a new language, if you want to, I don't know, there's so many opportunities. Like, I don't know, Gemini is so versatile that you can't go wrong.
It is. That's true. It is one of the most versatile signs, I would say, as far as adaptability.
Yes. So I think it's really, really beautiful. So from next Sunday until the 8th of June, this is how I put the window. Although it's going to be already good from Tuesday, but we're still waiting for Saturn and Mercury to change signs to be 100% good. And then the second, anyway, so we'll talk about it later. But then later, Venus goes to Taurus and Jupiter goes to Cancer. So it's a little bit different energy.
Yes.
But yes, so that's good. Also, it's interesting, Ceres, the asteroid, of nurturing.
Grain,
she went,
stuff,
So she entered Aries today.
Right.
So she's also going to support the sun. Right?
Yes.
So think about self-care. Sun, our
it's
vitality.
Self-care. I think that's the main theme that will be a different form of self-care than we know. It's
It's also physical. I would say more or even on a physical level. Why? Because Ceres is in Aries. And also think about Gemini Sun is also about your mental health. So maybe self-care on your mental health.
Absolutely.
Think about what you... Go ahead.
After what we've been through, you mentioned we had a tough winter, a tough spring. I can't imagine that we're not in tatters a little bit. There's a little bit of tattering going on with your mental health, and that's okay. Your emotional health, but to shore it up, and
I would say that I would just emphasize for this particular Gemini season, it's more about mental health, just because we are so bombarded with Jupiter and Gemini as well, with so many information. We need to be honest, just during this retrograde, Mercury retrograde, I completely deleted Twitter, X, what it's called. I didn't use it. It was just popping all these notifications. I just closed it. Like, I don't use that social media. Why do I have it? Just because everybody has it or whatever? Like, what's the reason?
Right. Oh, okay.
So be discerning. What do you need? Where do you want to appear? And it also gives for my mental health. I don't need all these messages popping up. Like a go through your subscriptions. Maybe you want to remove and then just use the ones that you really use and need. So anyway, so that's for Ceres, helping you with your mental health. That's how I see it, at least. So that's lovely. So I would with Moon in Aquarius, Monday can be a little bit challenging, just because first we have on Sunday a conjunction with Pluto, and then Monday we have opposition to Mars and square Mercury. So it's a little bit challenging Monday. So just be aware, and fixed moons usually, with this fixed energy, we still have this, fixed sun with Uranus, fixed Mercury with fixed Mars, and then with fixed moons. It's like a lot of, so it can be a little bit, yeah. So just be aware, and on Tuesday, the whole new story. The sun is going to sextile Saturn on the last degree of Pisces and last degree of Taurus just before he moves to Gemini. That's very potent.
The anaretic degree, the anaretic. Yeah, that's very. Yeah.
It's between water and earth, so it's very fertile. Okay. It's very productive. So think about some Saturn. It's an opportunity, because it's with the sextile. You need to put some effort to get result. It's not like a trine. It's not an easy. You have to, but still, it can give you focus and some discipline. If whatever task you're doing on Tuesday. Okay. Moon is going to be void just half an hour, so that's not a lot in the morning.
That's the first one. Okay.
Yeah, and then she's going to go into Pisces. Wednesday is a lovely day as well. We have Ceres and Neptune connection. They're going to conjunct for the first time in our lifetimes as well. So that's a lovely, I love this Aries energy when Neptune touches everything for the first time in our lifetimes. Now that he's in Aries, I love that feeling of exploring new things. I love it. So it's a lovely day, and Moon is sextiling Mercury. Wednesday is a lovely day. We already have. It's a lovely day if you want to do anything. Wednesday is good if you want to do anything. Okay. On Thursday, wait until Moon goes into Aries. So the morning until noon, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, there's going to be some, Moon touching Saturn. It's going to be like another beautiful morning. But in the afternoon, it's much better. When Moon goes to Aries, she's going to sextile the Sun, sextile Pluto. Next day, she's going to trine Mars and conjunct Venus. So beautiful. So Thursday afternoon and Friday are beautiful. It's this energy of wanting to do things. As you said, there's a support. So there's a Sun, Moon, nice connection. Lovely. Like all the planets are aligned. We also have Venus trine Mars on Thursday. Isn't that lovely? It's a lover's aspect, I say. It's a lover's. So imagine your desires and your wants are aligned with how you're going to get them, with your drive. Such a beautiful Thursday. Like in the morning, it's still a little bit shaky, but Wednesday all day good. Morning, Thursday a little bit shaky, but Thursday afternoon and Friday beautiful.
Like this is okay.
Yes, and then it starts just beautiful. Saturday. It's going to be lovely when Saturn changes the sign. We're going to feel this Saturn changing sign, like, it's touching the sun in the last degree. So we're going to feel this Saturn, but I think he's going into new territory. So it's like some kind of excitement. I think it's a feeling of closing one door willingly, because we did the work, right? We did the work.
The work did us.
And we are excited to open these new doors. For Saturn, and tell him, look, here you go. Neptune is here, you're here. Go ahead. Yeah, here you go, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, so that I'm so excited about this few weeks. Really excited. So I really, guys, if whatever you do, tell us. I want to know your feedback. I want to see how you're using this energy. Is it working for you? What did you start? Like, it's also because it's so many Aries, Aries and fire and air. There are lots of fire and air in the sky.
Yeah.
So it's definitely putting your ideas and thoughts into action.
Right.
It's about inspiration. It's about lighting that spark and let it burn. You have this little spark in your head. Put some wood on. Put a little thing. You make it alive.
Yeah.
Make it alive.
And while the air currents will make it travel and keep it moving.
Yes.
So things won't be stagnant. Yes. As perhaps they have felt before.
Aries is bold. You remember, I mentioned this today, and I think I'm going to do it again because I think it's a great thing. Whoever watched Fools and Horses, that British comedy, the Del Boy, he always said, "Who dares wins." And
who dares wins. Wow. I like that.
That's the one. That's the one that we need to follow next month.
Okay.
Who dares wins.
Fools and Horses.
Okay.
I like that title. I've heard of it, but
Oh
I
my
haven't
God,
watched it.
it is so funny. It's like from eastern part of London. It's like the Cockney language. It's a
Okay.
little bit different British. You need the subtitles.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I think
they do.
everybody.
Yes.
Nobody
It's like that.
speaks that language
No.
yet. So, but they're so funny. And the whole point of he was trying his whole life to do something. He was an entrepreneur, and he didn't give up.
Right.
Failure after failure, he still, and at the end. And I don't know, I don't want to be spoiler. It's an old show. I don't know if it's a spoiler for everybody. So it's been like 8 years, 9 years of doing everything. And at the end, he finds his granddad's clock, which is antique, and he sells it and becomes rich, kind of. But it was but after failure and failure, he was trying to do this, right? And he was always, people say, why are you doing this? This is not going to happen. He always said, no, it's going to be, let's do it. Like, he was so uplifting. So if nothing else, watch that show to give you that boldness and lift and spark that you need. Anyway, so the name is Fools and Horses. Fools and Horses.
It's a British show. Okay.
Yes.
And who dares?
Somebody's asking.
That's a good. Yeah, I like that title.
Yeah. He always said, "Who dares wins? Let's go." And I was, oh my God, no. He was always doing something. So that's a good one. So that's the week. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something very important. See, there's a lot of things happening. The sun in Gemini is going to sextile Neptune on next Thursday as well. So that's another lovely combination. Putting your ideas and imagination into reality. So this is what is Gemini Aries combination together? It's about giving birth to your idea into some kind of reality, right? And Sun, as I mentioned, Sun and Neptune, it's about creating from your imagination, putting your imagination into life, because Sun is life, giving your idea life in form.
Okay, got it.
So what do you guys, I'm going to send so many emails out. I'm going to spread myself. I'm going to put, how Steve says, put all these baits, outside. Just put it. Just send people. Say, hello, this is me. This is what I'm doing. If you need this from me, if not,
I do like that.
Right? Be authentic. That's what Aries wants. We need to be authentic. Be yourself. And just do it. Just say, hi, this is me. Are you interested in this? Are you interested? Are you? This is what entrepreneurship is all about. Knock, knock. I remember.
Yes, knock, knock.
I tell you the story. So this immigrant story. So from one of my brother's godmother. She lives also here in Canada. So her dad came from Croatia in 1950s, late 1950s. Okay, early 60s, I think. Yeah, late 50s, early 60s. I don't know. He didn't know English at all. But he was such an entrepreneur that he somehow got to sell Christmas trees. He went through door by door, knock knock, Christmas tree, knock knock, Christmas tree, knock knock, Christmas tree. And that's how he started landscaping business and whatever he became. I don't know, but that's how he just knew how to say Christmas in the broken English. Christmas tree, knock knock, Christmas.
Yeah.
This is it, guys. You have to knock knock. This is
knock,
me.
Knock, yes.
People don't know about you. How will people know if you don't show yourself? So think locally, act global. No, think globally, act globally. That's locally. That's what Rick Levine says.
Yeah, yes.
So that's what it is, right? I know it's not natural for everybody. I understand. It's scary. There's a fear of rejection. There is fear of failure. And I understand. I have that in me as well. It's very hard to put yourself out there, and but at the end, guys, what 100 no's, you need just one yes.
Yeah. My mother used to always say something, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And all they can do is say no. All they can do is say no. in the old days, perhaps you do have to worry about, knocking on some doors. You have to worry about getting more than a no. But typically people say no. One of the greatest compliments I got for my ex-husband was, he said, honey, I've seen you, do things and you don't take no for an answer. It wasn't like I was a bully, but he says, no, you ask a different way, or you persist and you find another way. And the way he even said it was not saying he wasn't a cruel person, but he had a moment of awareness of me that I didn't know he even had, and he said, I noticed that about you, that you can do that. And I said, I think my life has helped me with that, but it's my mother's and my aunt, and I can hear them say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And all they can do is say no. And you haven't lost anything, so they say no. Okay. Like Barry Diller is he was a movie mogul at one time on TV. He used to say next, so they say no, go to the next, and I used to remember his too. Next, dust yourself off and
that's
keep
what it
keep
is.
it moving and keep it moving.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So I mean I understand the fear, but
Yes.
I think this Saturn in Aries wants us to remove our fears. And you know what? Gemini energy is also about selling. Geminis are sellers. That's about
mercenary.
Right?
Mercantile. Yeah, the mercantile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the merchandise,
we can sell. Yes. I had someone tell me that I could sell a publishing house. The publisher told me, he said, you could sell ice to Eskimos.
See, there you go, right?
I mean, if you catch me in the right stream and I believe in something, yes, I can sell it. If I believe in it. I believe in it. Yeah.
Then we go back. Do you believe in yourself? This is also about Neptune in Aries. It's about believe in yourself. Neptune believe, Aries self. So this is like, it's all connected. It's all connected, guys. It's all connected. And just try it. Just try it for these 3 weeks.
And you know what I hear about Neptune too? Neptune is so dreamy. So this is a time to believe in your dreams. Put your dreams out there. Put your dreams out there. Give a dream. Give your dreams a little air. You know what I mean? Let them go out there. And, stop keeping them in an incubator. Send a couple of dreams out there and see how they do. Let them get a chance to walk on their own for a minute.
Yeah. We will catch up in a month and see how everything went. But maybe we won't know until maybe 3 months from now, or we will talk. I'll talk next Friday. I'll talk about the new moon in Gemini, which is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. So I'm going to talk about it next week. It's going to be on the
right. That's May 27th, I think.
It's 26th here with us. I think late 26th.
What degree is that in Gemini?
6 degrees.
6 degrees.
Yes. It's going to be 11 p.m. on the 26th here Eastern time, but in Europe it's 27th. So I'm going to talk about it next Friday. This is the best new moon of the year. Whew, I'm so excited. So prep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've had some interesting moons and new moons. So I could go for a really nice, easy one. It'd be nice.
It was all hard. So if I go back, I have made notes. Last full moons, for example, last 5 full moons were conjunct Mars, square Uranus, opposite Saturn, square Mars, opposite Uranus.
Wow.
It was crazy.
I know, it was. I don't want to say it, but I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Each one was like YouTube, whatever it was.
What is happening?
Yes. Yeah, no, it was,
So it was. So now we are
rigorous.
Even the full moon in Sagittarius later is going to be nice, because already the Venus is going to be in Taurus and Jupiter in Cancer, and Jupiter is going to rule the moon in Sagittarius. And Mercury. Sorry, Mercury is going to be in Cancer as well. So Jupiter and Mercury are going to be in Cancer. Mercury is going to rule the Sun in Gemini, and Jupiter is going to rule the Moon in Sagittarius. So they're both going to have like a Cancerian kind of caring flavor, that full moon. It's going to be hard because the rulers are in Cancer. It's going to be like more of a feel of a coziness and soft. It's going to be soft full moon for the first one this year. Yay!
Because they have not been soft and cozy.
Yes.
I mean, you know,
Each one had Uranus and Mars involved.
oh
Come
God,
on, disruptive and
yeah, and
stuff.
yeah,
So
like that's it
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
They've been,
So
yeah,
yeah, really, really. I don't know, guys. I'm so excited. I have. I'm really excited about this. Usually, I'm excited about Gemini season, but this one, I'm extra excited. Even when see, for example, when Jupiter went to Gemini last year, everybody said, "Oh, Geminis are going to have Jupiter in their, a lucky house, lucky Jupiter." I was skeptical, and remember, maybe we talked, maybe we didn't.
I think
I
we
said,
did.
I said it's going to square Saturn 3 times, and that's going to make it a little bit harder. Like it's not going to bring all the joy because you have to work for the joy,
Yes,
right? So it's not
yes.
it wasn't the best Jupiter in Gemini year,
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
right? It was a lot of squares, a lot of,
Yeah, I'm
so,
not sad to see it move on. You know, bye
right?
bye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
yes.
so it's not always, people say, oh, Jupiter, it's
Mm-mm,
not.
mm-mm, no.
It's not always easy. You always have to look at what else is Jupiter
Yeah,
doing in the sky, and
yes. Yeah,
so
yeah.
it wasn't the easiest.
No, it was
So
not.
I'm looking forward to Jupiter in Cancer. He's gonna square the Saturn for the last time in the beginning, and Neptune just at the beginning of his Cancer year, and then after that he's gonna be in Cancer. Lovely. I'm excited. I have Jupiter in Cancer. It's my Jupiter return.
Oh, to Jupiter
And I'm
return too. Okay.
yes, and I'm excited about that. Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Um, yeah. So that's gonna be another story. But so far, you'll see. I have some more goodies next Friday. I don't want to say everything. Such a great week.
Good.
Such a great next. I'm looking forward to my birthday. Your birthday is also going to be great. The week from the 4th of June until the 8th of June, those it's just beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
good. Okay.
Yes. Anyway.
All right. Yeah.
So we have something to look forward finally.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to share
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
what are your plans? What are you planning to do
What for when?
for this season, Gemini season?
Well, actually doing some of what you just got finished saying, I feel like after coming out of the off the battlefield,
Uh-huh.
since since I
Boot camp.
feel like okay,
Boot camp,
um,
right? Boot camp is
boot camp,
finished.
yeah,
Boot camp
it was
is finished.
seriously yes, and I feel like okay, but it has made me. I mean, I'm so different in a better way, so clearer. A little. What's that saying? None the worse for wear. Oh no, I'm the worst for wear. There's some wear and tear going on, but but I just feel like I have a greater understanding of. I went deep this time. I had no choice, but I went deep in some things in my excavation and things, and so it's been a very productive period. So now I think I have more space now to accept and put into place, into action, this fire and air.
Yeah, and I feel because Gemini is it's so much about local
Mm.
community. So thinking I also am thinking to reaching out to local communities and see if what because I think it's about local. So see
Yeah.
who
Hmm.
don't the problem is with that is that we judge. Oh, these people, they won't do it. They won't like it. They don't need it. Or, don't judge. Don't assume. Just go. Let them say no. Don't because a lot of things because of our assumptions we don't do action because we assume they're going to say no or no they're not going to be interested in me or how do you know if you don't ask?
Right. Yeah,
It's
that's true.
the same thing. It's about those stories when people meet at a high school reunion and they're now like, oh, I really liked you in high school, and then the girl goes, why didn't you say something? Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
never going to look at me. Well,
Yes.
I like you too. You
No
should have
one
said something,
said
and then
anything, and no one said
right,
anything.
right, so you know how in many movies you see that story that's like, oh my god, such a sad story, nobody said anything, they could have been together or whatever. So don't be that guy.
Mhm.
Don't be that guy who after 20 years goes, oh, I should have, could have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that's the thing. Just go I'm making a list already. I'm just gonna send emails to that, you know, there's local newspapers, there's local radio stations, there's local communities, churches, this community, the spiritual communities. Maybe they, you know, maybe they want a Reiki night for you, or some kind of, you know, or astrology night, or they want to, you know, the shops, the, you know, the spiritual shops.
Right.
So many, like for us, for example. But if you wanna start writing something, or if you wanna, you know, if you have a hobby and you know, if you wanna start doing some sport, that's Aries. Also, if you wanna, you know, start doing something.
Aries, right? Yes.
Right. So if you wanna, for example, right, if you always wanted to, I don't know, join a chess club, or, you know, that's also brain chess, right?
Yes,
so
right.
Anything, just go find locally who is there, who, you know, and then what is just, and if you don't know, ask, maybe this person knows, and that person, and then, you know, who is in your local grocery stores, who you know, talk to people, chit chat, say, you know, see, what are you guys doing? What is your, you know, I always, you know, I learned so much about local stuff. You know, I talked to the, you know, soccer moms and a lady in the nail salon, and this is, you know, and then that's how I, you know, when we moved here 2 years ago, I didn't know anything. Now I know so much because Gemini. You know this.
No, we usually can make our way any place. My mother used to say, you can make it on the moon. You know what I mean? She said, you can fly on the moon. Because we just sort of realize that we, you know, that we just communicate. We communicate and ask questions, and are interested in learning and about people, I think, generally.
Yes, and you know, what's happening, you know, I had a kid, you know, the schools, and then, where's he going to do music? What is happening here? Do you have local this? What is locally here? You know, there's to the city, like city sometimes organizes many different things, like fairs. Now it's on open. Maybe there's some kind of fair that you can, there's so many things. Whatever, depends on what you guys are interested in and what do you want to achieve, and what do you want to do with your life, either for work or for fun.
For fun.
Maybe for fun.
Okay.
It can be fun as well.
Hey, Selena.
It doesn't have to be just work. It can be fun. Gemini likes to have fun.
Right?
Yeah,
we do like fun.
Right. You know, if you want to date, if you're single, for example, and you're looking for somebody, go out there, go to clubs, go to bars, go to organize a party. I don't know, do a picnic. There's so many things. You know, do like a wine and paint night. You know how those are beautiful things. You can do so many, or I don't know, just, you know, for example, a great idea for if you're single and you want to meet somebody, organize a party somewhere, find a way, and then tell each friend that they need to bring a friend you don't know, for example, to that party. Like, it's a party I want to meet, like, you know, they need to find out somebody you don't know, and then they kind of, it's fun, right? And then, you know, make it
I've
fun.
done that in the past,
Right? Make it fun. Make it excited. Make it I don't know. I'm thinking, do you have any more ideas? Gemini ideas?
No, I actually don't right now, but you know, I'm just sort of like allow myself to go with what you know, my British friends say, you know, they fancy. Instead of saying, you know, English, we say I like. And I think fancy is a little bit softer, but I'm going to use whatever I fancy. You know, whatever sort of attracts me for a little bit. You know, I don't fancy that, but I do fancy that. You know, so I'm going to just sort of be do a little bit of, you know, meandering. I'm feeling like, which is odd for a Gemini. Well, maybe not. I'm feeling like doing a lot of solo things, but to go out and meet people, but not do. In other words, I don't want to bring the party to the party. I want to just go and do things, you know.
But that's the whole point. If that's something that, you know, what you want, this is what exactly, especially with this Venus trine Mars on Thursday, it's literally combining what your desires are, and there's a flow. They're both in fire signs, so they're like, there's like a motivation and inspiration of doing what you find pleasurable. You're saying?
Yes.
Or desirable.
Right.
So that's the thing, and it's applying on the whole Wednesday. So that's also beautiful. So if you know, even if you want to be by yourself, that's fine. That's, you know, whatever you feel, you know, just being with yourself with a book or a movie or whatever, it's honoring Gemini season as well. Because if you're learning something, doing puzzles,
that is true.
Doing puzzles by yourself.
Yes.
I still have to do that.
Me
you
too.
know,
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Sudoku, crossword puzzles,
Mm-hmm.
all bunch of
But just
stuff. So I still find
stuff.
it very soothing. My Gemini moon loves it, so
Yeah.
why not?
I'm gonna
Whatever.
rejoin. I'm gonna rejoin a couple of museums that I have let my membership lapse because they have different classes at different things. So I'm gonna join those.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes, right.
Yeah.
So during this Gemini season, if you can maybe, if you want to combine a little bit of your time, maybe you can go to some kind of weekend retreat, like 2 days, or some
Mm.
kind of where it's a little bit of people who are same like-minded, right?
Yes.
But then also you have time for
People.
yourself,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes. I need a
So
little bit
so
of people. Yes.
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 So that's an option. If
Yeah.
you're not a
Yeah.
people person, or you don't, or you just don't fancy people at this moment, as you say,
Right.
which
Yes.
is
Yeah.
which is normal. We all have cycles in life. We are not, not every we're not always, wanting the same things, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it changes.
Yeah. It
So
sure
that's another thing.
does.
That's an
Huh?
that's another thing
Thing.
you can
Yeah.
do, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just to make it a little bit more attractive or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Right. And then you
Yeah.
have what you call has a birthday coming up soon. Oh, when's your husband's
Yes.
birthday? Because he's June also, right?
Yeah, but he's June
And
19th. He's
you're
at the
June what?
end.
You're June.
Fourth.
You're
I'm
June.
fourth,
You're
just like my
before
kid.
me. Oh, you're
Yeah,
before
yeah,
me.
yeah.
So,
Just like my
oh, you
kid.
and
I gave birth
Adrian are
on
both June
yeah,
4th.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait a minute.
I gave birth on my birthday. That was my birthday gift that year,
Yes.
5 years ago. Yeah, he's gonna be 5. So we are celebrating his birthday on the 7th,
Okay.
June 7th.
Right.
But I'm doing on June 1st on Sunday. I'm going to Hannah from Hannah's Elsewhere, and she's such a kind person. She said, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" And then I said, "You know what? I can you host with me an astrology quiz?" So we're going to do an astrology quiz on YouTube. We already have 4 astrologers, contestants, participants, and we're going to do like a little 20 questions with multiple answers just for fun, because
Yes.
I want to do that. I want to say, you know what? I want to do an astro
Yes.
quiz. That's my way of
Yes.
having fun.
Well,
So
that's yeah. Well, I mean, that's very
yeah,
Geminian, actually, because it's the
right?
mind, it's intellect, it's
Yeah,
speed, it's
yeah.
yeah,
So
alacrity.
you
So
know,
that's I can see. I mean, for me,
yeah.
that's
So
what sounds like fun. So,
yeah, so we're gonna announce it after the new moon, and you're gonna hear all about it. So it's gonna be fun, and if it goes well, we're gonna have more of these. So we're gonna
okay,
make it as a series.
yes,
If it goes well and people like it, we'll make it as a
yeah. It
series.
sounds
So
like
it's
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 gonna
like a
be well.
pilot.
Yeah, a
Yeah. So
pilot, right?
that's me. Um, yeah. For me in my personal life, it's all about my kids. So about his birthday, preparing everything for him. What else? Yeah, and then we're traveling. We are traveling end of
Oh yeah,
June.
when you're going
So
end of June, yeah, we got
yeah,
to talk about that offline. Cause
yeah,
you're gonna be
yeah, we
traveling, so we
will.
got to figure out when we could do our shows and all that
Yes,
stuff.
we'll do it. Yes.
And then we can
Yeah.
see
So
you. And you going to Croatia?
Croatia, yes, from June 26th. We are traveling on Thursday, June 26th, and we're coming back August 29th. So 2 months.
Nice. Oh, how
Yes.
lucky.
Yes, we're gonna.
Oh,
Well, it's a lot of family, so there's always some kind of baggage with it. It's not like a vacation.
oh,
We're also
I
gonna
know.
work from
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
but it's still,
yeah.
uh,
Still could be.
uh, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
and
good to see some old
so
friends
good for
and
Adrian too
absolutely.
to be
Oh, absolutely. And he's bilingual, so just
lucky.
my
Yeah.
mother-in-law, she doesn't speak English at all, so he's all Croatian there with her, so that's
Oh, so he's
nice.
Croatian and
Yeah.
even get better. Excellent.
Yeah. So yeah, and I love it. Jupiter is going to be in Cancer, Venus is going to be in Cancer. I have both in Cancer by then, and spending the summer, with family and friends. Like it's going to be a nice way. Oh, I wanted to ask you, I don't know if this is going to be convenient for you or not. Maybe we can talk it now here. So guys, if whoever is nearby, Kepler College is having like a weekend conference uh, in Niagara Falls on the New York side, so on the
Okay.
US
On the
side.
US side,
Okay,
yes. Hmm.
US side, but it's so close to my house, like it's literally 15 minutes drive that
Wow. When
I'm
is
going.
this?
So this is going to be first weekend of September, from September 4th to September 7th, I think. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if anybody wants to come, I'm going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to sign up. They have early bird pricing until June 1st.
And what is the course? What is the
So they're celebrating 25 years of the Kepler College of Existence. Rick Levine is going to be there. Celeste is going to be there. Many of Kepler students will also be there, and I don't know. I'll
try to make it. Okay, I'll talk to you offline, but I may try to make
that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sleep at home, so I'm gonna drive each day because I live nearby.
Yes.
So on Thursday, it's just an excursion to the falls.
Yeah, I want to go to the falls. I've been wanting to go to the falls. I haven't been since I was a child.
Oh, see? Yeah, so it's going to be nice. So that's going to be first weekend of September.
Okay.
So anybody who is nearby, if you want to come and meet us in person, I don't know. I'm going to be there because it's so nearby. I don't want to not be there.
It's too close.
It's too close.
Yeah.
It's just literally across the border. So I'm definitely going to go there. So that's another thing that I'm planning to do.
Oh,
and I know you're going on a cruise with Anne Ortley, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's the end of June.
Yes.
That's just for like 7 days or something like that. I think 5 days.
Beautiful.
5 days? Yeah, 5 days, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Yes. That's beautiful. I know. So I'm this year I couldn't make it, but there's going to be opportunities, I know, for us to travel together.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to mention that. So that's something that I'm glad you
gave us that. Yeah.
What else is happening? I don't know what's happening. A lot of things is happening, but
a lot of things are happening. You could feel like a lot more will be happening too.
Yeah,
you could tell that.
So I think So I think this weekend is just the last. It's in the mid-month, the last shocking until Monday is a little bit still, but then we just have this, and then it's going to smooth into something more easy and more flowing.
I welcome that. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a rodeo.
Yeah, we just need to be mindful about the negative side of Gemini, which we can see in action. It's about it's about
negative side of Gemini, the lower octave of it. Yeah,
the lower octave. It's about gossip. It's about lying. I'm saying the lying word because everybody is trying to say no, it's lying.
It's lying. Yeah, I mean we're living it here, so it's lying. It's flat out lying.
But gossip. It's about being mischievous, cheating. So
they could be they could be the what do you call it? Call it a cat paw. In other words, cunning is cunning, and they could be behind the scenes. They could do a lot of shadow work behind and start stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Remember, Gemini is a very intellectually smart. So you can use the smarts for good, and you can use the smarts for bad. That's it. I always think about my dad, when people say, oh, he or she, they're not so bad. They had a tough childhood, or they have this, or they have that. And then my dad says, everyone had something. It's called mean. Don't wrap it up.
Don't wrap it up. Oh, I love it. Don't wrap it up in a gift. Yes.
Don't wrap it as a gift.
Don't put lipstick on it.
Mean.
Yes, it's called mean.
It's a mean person.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I always go back to his words because, it's true.
Don't
everybody had something.
I love that. Yeah, thank you for that. We all had
my
something.
Dad, my dad has, all these excuses. He can't hear it. All these excuses of people having, we have to forgive him. He was this. He had this.
Yeah.
He goes, he goes, I didn't see banana until I was 14. But I ate meat once in the blue moon because they were poor growing up. He goes, but I'm not mean. Things like it's not about being that. So it's interesting. That's why I say everybody's afraid to say a word lying. Everybody's saying it's lying.
Flat out lying. Yes, flat out lying.
Say it as it is.
Bold-faced lying. Bold-faced lying. And it's not like, sometimes people make a mistake. I'll say something and people correct me and say, oh, thank you for that correction. No, this person will just lie and then defend the lies.
Yeah, it's intentional. It's using it's manipulation.
It's manipulation. Well, that's also another lower octave of the Gemini can manipulate. Man, we can manipulate. And I never forget. This is true. I was probably about I was in my early double digits, so probably about 13, 14 through 15, something like that. And I was with some of my friends, and this lady, she had to be no more than about 40 or 50. And she was observing us, a white woman, all my friends at the time were black, and she said, she said to me, she said, "You're very intelligent, and your friends are lucky because I was like the spokesperson. I would be the one who would speak up for things."
Yeah.
She said though, but you have an ability to influence people with what you say. She saw that. She said, "You have." I never forget how she said, but I never forget. I was so taken aback. She said, "You have to sort of be aware of the power of what you say and the
Oh, and you were so
effect it
young, you
has
get
on people."
stuck. That's right.
So she was trying to let me know, like, again, powers for good or powers for
Mm.
bad.
This reminds me of my brother, who is a Cancer, but he has Gemini Moon,
Of course.
Gemini Mercury, and Gemini Mars.
What is it with you and your
Okay,
family, Mama Gemini? Oh
and
God. Of
he is a journalist. Okay,
course, that's
but he was
great.
also but he was a news anchor on
Oh,
a national TV, Croatian national TV. It's like I don't know,
yeah,
CNN or whatever. I don't know.
yeah,
Like it's a
exactly.
Croatian national
Hmm.
TV, and he got an opportunity to anchor the main news. Like 7 o'clock news or 11 o'clock. The
Yeah,
main ones, right?
right.
He was so scared. He goes, "Oh my God, 1 million people is watching me every night.
Right.
I have
For sure.
responsibility of how I'm
Do.
gonna convey the message." Like
Yes.
he understood the
Hmm.
heaviness of
Hmm.
responsibility
Hmm.
of that.
Hmm. Yes.
Of course, it's a national TV. It's politics. It's a bunch of stuff. He got,
Competing
anyway.
forces want you to say things a certain way, and you
Yeah,
have
because yeah. So there
yes,
was like it's always involved. But I know I remember him saying that it's to be a public persona. So I'm always thinking, I don't know how many people are watching me, but I'm a public persona now, talking about how I convey the message. Am I using the right words? Am I showing care? Is it my intention good? So
yes,
always have to be
right.
mindful as a Gemini, especially because we
Hmm.
are quick on thinking. We sometimes blur something that it's not in a bad way, if but still, this is a
Typically, yeah.
responsibility.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
responsibility of
Because I
your
could cut you
words, right?
without using a knife if I want to. You know what I
Yes,
mean? I just know that I have that ability, but I also can also use it to soothe. So I have to, be aware of what I want to do with my tools,
yes.
how I
So
want to employ my tools.
that's also something to have
Yeah.
mindful, being the Gemini season,
Yeah.
being responsibility of your written or spoken
Was
word,
spoken.
and
Yes.
and the
Set the
importance
proper
of it.
intention. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it sticks. You see something, somebody told you something that you were 13 or 14, and it
Yes,
sticks
and
in
I
your
haven't
head.
forgotten that. I could picture the surroundings and everything because it was so odd that she came out of
See,
nowhere and said that to me. But obviously, I could tell that she was observing, and she was giving me like a warning. I'm not sure if whatever she was another being or whatever, but she let me know
but
that.
isn't see how words are powerful because they
Mm-hmm.
stick to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
so that's in that sense, you have to be mindful. Anyway, that's
And
gonna that's gonna be my closure.
another thing too. I mean, I was at something at Omega Institute years ago. Omega's upstate. It's a
Hmm.
lovely. You would love this place. You've been there,
No,
Omega? Oh, you would
Omega.
like
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
You've
I
been to
did. I
Omega.
did. I've
Okay.
been two
Yeah.
years ago when
It's
Anna
it's
was there.
it's
Yeah,
nice there.
very
And
nice
I'll
place.
never forget. So I was there one time and having breakfast. I thought by myself, and some people joined me, and then became big, nice table, whatever. And so several months later, this one lady wrote me back. She said, "I remember what you told me about thus and such,"
Uh-huh.
and I had no recollection.
See, see.
But it was something good. But she said, "Thank you for what you said about, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah." And I was like, "Oof, good. Hey, better angels are on duty," because but I always try to put,
but
when I speak, even during
mm,
podcasts, I always ask for my guides and angels and the better angels to speak through me. And, so then I'm actually, and sometimes they really do take over, which is fine. So then whatever I'm saying is on the right frequency, and
mm,
I could and move some of myself, my ego aside if it needs to be
yes.
pushed aside or squash it. I mean, really just sort of like, what I mean? So this way, what's coming out is not for my benefit because I could talk to myself in the house like I do all the time for my benefit. I don't need to do it on
Mm,
a podcast. So, and I find at times most of the time, my better podcasts are when I start out as me and then I can sense that I'm moving further and further to the back
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
other information is coming through more
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah.
And I say that because I'm even hearing myself saying, "Wow, that's pretty good." And I realized that's not necessarily
I know.
me. I mean, it's me, but it's a blend. It's a blend.
Yes, I understand. Sometimes when you say, "Oh, this is smart," I don't know if it's me or I probably I picked it up from whoever, whatever, and then it just comes, which is also a Gemini trait. Like you pick up information, then you kind of my Virgo rising kind of discerns, and then a Gemini says what it needs. Probably, I hope at least, right? So,
but Christopher Renstrom told us in class. He said that Mercury or Hermes was the only god that could actually travel between the heavens and the below and the earth and topside and communicate. He can go to bars, he can go to temples, he can go anywhere and communicate and be at home. And so I realized that's where we get a lot of our information from too, and learn how to not only skip the information, but how to then repackage blend it for what audience you have, And I wasn't too good at it when I was younger. I would stutter, I would speak too fast and blah, blah, blah. But the more I got older, I was able to blend and more got confidence in what I had to share. I'm now better able to modulate what I say and how I say it.
Yes, who is your audience? I'm not going to talk to my son the same as I talk to you. Or, there's a different way of thinking. Yeah. Those are all Gemini beautiful things, and like any other energy, if you use it in for good, it's beautiful.
Use our powers for good, people.
Yeah,
use your powers for good. We all have powers. We all have gifts. It's a matter of using them for good.
Yeah, I think Saturn in Aries that it's coming, it's going to really take us that we need to be responsible for ourselves and for what we do, for our actions, because Saturn is responsibility. Aries is us. Us, our actions, our words, whatever we do, because words are also actions. Bullying. What is bullying? Lots of bullying comes from the words, and we have traumas when you have to go to therapy for years because words are strong, guys. There's a strong. A song can touch. Songs are words. Some lyrics. They can, how you can make you cry.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
There's strength in it can be healing or destroying. So anyway,
and now that we're becoming more empowered, I think collectively and individually, our frequencies are rising and evolving. So we do have more. So we have to even be a little bit more careful with some of the gifts that we already have and some perhaps newer ones that are installed and they're sort of new. You're like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. So then just sort of take it easy, take it slow, because I've experienced some of that for something not too long ago, and I realized, oh, that's new and that's different. Let me just just take it easy, because Geminis can run. Geminis can be very like Arians too and run too fast out there.
It's impatience. Because our brain. Why Geminis talk fast? Because the process, the thinking process is so fast that you want to say,
the mouth can't keep up. No,
yes, exactly. The mouth cannot keep up with the thought process. Sorry, that's why.
That's why I like speaking Spanish. When I speak Spanish, I can speak that as fast as I want to, and people look at me and they're like, "Wow, you speak good Spanish." See, but in English, I have to go slower because no one gets it. Yes.
I like that.
I gotta learn some Croatian and see what I can do with that.
You can learn something nice in Croatian is thank you, hvala,
hvala.
Yeah. So hvala for tonight. For having me here. Hvala.
Yes. Thank you for this. Thank you so much for your insight and wisdom. And we're looking forward to Gemini season.
Yes,
just get through this week. Okay, just get through this last little bit.
Just the next 3 days, and then I think we are putting our social mojo.
I like that. Social mojo.
I think we are still in this metamorphosis next 3 days, and then we're going to become butterfly on Tuesday when sun goes into Gemini.
Excellent.
Okay. The last couple of days of this metamorphosis still.
I'll take it. Yeah. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you,
right.
everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, JeMaja. It's always such a nice, just space. It's such a beautiful end of the working week for me to be
Okay.
here and spend this hour with you, and then I can just relax into the
You can
weekend. So thank
relax
you,
and yeah, yeah.
thank
We've
you.
really gotten to a nice flow. Thank you,
I
Jasmine.
love
We
it.
really, yeah,
Oh,
we
I
have
love
fun
it.
and laugh
Yes,
and thank you everyone who supports us
yes.
because they, you all make it
Yes.
wonderful for us. It's a nice gathering of souls. All right, everyone, have a great weekend.
Look
Okay.
at my smile. You can't fake that. Look at
No,
JeMaja's smile.
give Adrian
Bye.
a hug for me.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye
All
bye,
right. Bye bye.
everybody.